I'm on live.
Huh?
I'm on live.
What?
I'm on live.
What?
I'm on live. I'm on live. Ika, what are you doing? Oh. What the heck? Is that a message? There we go. What's up? What's up, 10 people? Yeah. Just playing around with my iPad. No. Eight viewers and you ain't even talking, Pops. Yeah, I know. Nobody's talking on here either. Oh, I'm trying to figure this out. It's all good. Cause I can't even see. Can't even see if anybody's talking. It pops up for a minute. It's different than on my phone. It's alright, this is just a test run. Baha. I ain't gonna sit here and just jaw. I'm sitting here blah 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 blah. blah 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 blah. Nah, because I don't see any comments yet. I wait for a comment. I wait for the comments and then I respond. That's how I do my lives. I'm not a good entertainer. Sorry. Yeah. This thing's being funky. I'll bust out my phone on it too. See if I can see any messages. Cool background. Yeah, it's being goofy. It's being funny. I'm going on my own live. Let's see. See, I can see all of the comments on my phone, but I can't see them on my iPad. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm on my tablet. I'm on my tablet and my phone. Oh, son, you're funny. What the heck? Crazy. Sorry, this is just a test run. There we go. Alright. Starting to get somewhere. What's up, Trapper? You're the only one on here right now. Trying to just playing around with my new iPad. Trying to get the lighting and camera and all that all situated and all that. What you up to? Trying to get like a poll or question answers on here, but it's just not working out. Just woke up, right on. Yeah, I went for a walk earlier. It was good. Walked down and walked on the greenway right here by my house and walked on the creek. Pretty sad looking creek right now. I mean, there's a lot of water coming through there right now, but I mean, there's trash everywhere. It's a lot of folks on drugs and stuff like that. And sad to see. It was a good walk though. Good walk and good prayer and yeah. So yeah, now I'm just messing around with my iPad here, trying to get the lighting and all that stuff. I don't know. It's weird. Definitely different than an iPad. I got another YouTuber making diss songs about me. That's funny. Like a guy like hating on you or just for fun? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm messing around with it. I don't even see my face anymore on here. Oh, he's hating. That's funny. I always heard if you got haters, you're doing something right. A lot of people on YouTube just trolling. Just get on there just to troll. It's crazy. People don't even know somebody and they just want to hate. Just got hatred in their heart, I guess, or something. Some kind of issues. It's like, how you gonna get all, he's mad because he helped me start out and I blew up more than, oh, that's funny. That's hella funny. It's like, shoot, man, it just takes time. It ain't nothing. It's like, I've had my channel for what? I don't know, 3 years. Oh, you know him in real life. That's funny. Yeah, it's all right. Let him hate. It just means you're doing something right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got those kind of haters too. I just ignore them. Yeah, people are strange. That's funny you saying that because that song's playing in my head right now. When you're strange, people are strange. Faces come out of the rain, or something like that. Yeah, I'm not too entertaining on here. I mostly just wait for people to comment, and I mean, sometimes I'll have some things to talk about, something to say, but only if I have something to really say. But yeah, these poles aren't working. Yeah, thanks for the support, brother. Yeah, this is mostly just like a test run, messing around with my iPad. Right on. Yeah, I got some pretty cool different backgrounds. Let's see. What else do I got on here? See if I can find some of the Karuk land territory. I think I got some pictures on here of our sacred mountain and stuff like that. Might have some dance pictures on here, doing Karuk tribal dances and stuff. I'm checking out my camera roll right now. I can't see the comment screen, so bear with me. I'm looking at my pictures. Got a lot of birds, a lot of pictures of family on here. Dang, got some dissecting fish. And a lot of family. There's my truck. Karuk baby basket. Oh yeah, there's one. Oh cool. Heck yeah. This is one of my relatives fishing at our fisheries. Yeah, this is one of my relatives, my grandmother's brother. This guy. He's a big guy. He was a big man. And those poles that he's holding right there, those are our fishing poles. And it's called a dip net. And yeah, you throw that out in the falls there. Those falls right there are pretty strong falls, and that's where our fishery is when we fish for salmon. And you throw the net out there and in the pools, and however many fish land in there, you pull them out. I've caught 2 at one time. I haven't fished a whole lot, but I got a lot of cousins and families that fish every year, and been fishing every year. And hard work. You gotta scale around the rocks and not slip and not fall in the water. And I fell in the backwater once or twice. And then you got your salmon packers and your clubbers. You got to have someone right there with you to pull the salmon out of the net and club them. You club them and then pull them out of the net, but then you got to make sure they don't get any fish slime anywhere. And you're not supposed to let them bleed or anything like that. Old lazy cloud, huh? All right. They look gnarly. Rapids take a mile down before you even know, huh? Yeah. It rolls into 2 rivers together. 2 rivers come in together. This is from the Klamath. What's up? No, I'm not even visible on here. But yeah, this is my my grandmother, so he would be my great uncle. This guy, his name was Herbert Cook, God rest his soul. Pretty gnarly story. So we have a ceremonial dance called a brush dance, and it's a healing dance usually for a sick child, a sick baby. And all the tribes in that area come together to make medicine for that sick child, to make the child well. And it's like a 3 day ceremony. And this other tribe was there. There's all 3 tribes were there, I believe, at the time. And there's this woman getting beat up by her husband, I guess, and getting slapped around. And the man in the picture, my great uncle, went up and broke it up, and he told the guy, "You're not supposed to do that here. You can't be doing that kind of stuff here." And the guy, was getting lippy and all that, and fought with him, and they got in a fight, and Herb whooped his ass. Well, he got mad. He came back with 2 other guys, and my uncle beat all 3 of their ass, and they didn't like that, and so they came back and shot him in his heart and his back like cowards. And yeah, that's how he lost his life. shot him in the back and the heart. Yeah, he was a good man. I never got to meet him, but I always heard he was a good man. Yeah, crazy story. Crazy story. There's a lot of families who have a lot of history like that on the river. It's just how it goes. Yeah, it was pretty cowardly. But yeah, he whooped all three of their ass, and they didn't like that, so came back and murdered him. Yeah, my grandmother brought him. Every time my grandmother brought him up, she'd always start tearing up. But yeah, he was tough. I guess he was tough and a good man. Just, you know. I wish I got to meet him. They say, a lot of people say that my older brother, the middle boy of us three boys, I got 4 siblings. I got 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and my older brother, they say, a lot of people say that they remind him of Herb. Yeah, my cousin, one of my cousins, Herb's grandson, passed away not recently ago, like maybe a month ago, unfortunately. My poor little cousin. I think it was drug related, unfortunately. And I can't see comments right now. I'm looking at more pictures on my thing here. Share some more pictures. I forgot I had that picture on my roll here. Let's see what else I got on here. I know I got some pictures of our homeland on here somewhere. That's one of them though, for sure. Right there, that is that picture that Herb is at a place called Cuddy Mean, and it's our main village, where we call the center of our earth. It's a main big village. I know I got so many pictures on here. It's crazy. And bear with me, I don't have any I mean, my screen's covered up right now with my camera roll, picture roll. Baby shower. It's on the top of a mountain. This one's pretty cool. Here's a picture of some bros. Well, the guy in the middle, that's my older brother right there, and the guy on the left is another bro. Hey, everybody left. That's okay. Yeah, that's my brother. Oh, right on. Maybe the Wi-Fi is glitching. Yeah, the guy on the left, his name's Chook Chook. It means it's one of our one of the birds. He's named after the kingfisher. I think it's the osprey. I think he's named after osprey. I don't know if there's 2 kinds of kingfisher birds that we call kingfisher. There's the osprey, and then there's that little blue one. Looks like a blue jay. I think he's named after the osprey. And then the guy on his right is his buddy from high school. But they just finished a traditional Karuk dwelling house that when there's a then this is what we do our brush dance ceremony is in a house. And what we do is we remove the roof of the house, and then we'll put it on later. But they remove the roof of the house and then do the ceremony inside the house, which we call the brush dance pit. And that's where we do the ceremonies at for the brush dance ceremony. Beautiful work, man. They did beautiful work on that dwelling house. I mean, amazing. Here's the inside. That's the inside there. They're making the first fire inside the house there. So what they do there, they take all those planks off the top of the roof, and they leave all the ones on the side. Thank you, Lazy Cloud. Yeah, it's and then this is the entrance right here where they're walking in, where they're taking the picture, and then everybody stands in a circle around the edge, men and women, and then they do what's called jump center, and they jump center in the middle. You could probably see it on Google or something like that if you look up Kuduk brush dance. It might be on Google. Yeah, just bear with me. I'm just looking at different pictures on here. I'll show you a picture of my grandpa. That's my grandfather right there. One of the last true trained Kuduk medicine men of the tribe. He lived to be, I think 91, 92, something like that. What up, bully dog? Yeah, he's got his hair free right there. Yeah, he's not braided up in that one. But yeah, he's the one I was telling you. He's a real cowboy. He ran pack train and ran horses and stuff like that. Good man right there. I miss that man. He's full of knowledge and wisdom that I just that elder wisdom, elder knowledge and wisdom. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, that's my grandpa. He's amazing man. I miss that guy so much. There's a picture of him when he was younger. Looks like my uncle. Yeah, he went to prison. I can't remember what year. Probably around when I was born. I think he was just getting out around 87 or so is when he was getting out. That's when I was born, and he was in there with Charlie Manson. He knew him and hung out with him and shit. Crazy. He's got some beadwork and stuff that we still have in our family that Charlie Manson gave to him when he was in prison with him. This is another picture. I'm standing up on, let's see, what pass is this? This is one of the passes. I believe it's Charter. I think it's called Charter Summit. That was a good day. Me and one of my bros doing owl surveys. I'm just going through my camera roll. Here's a picture of me and my son doing a ceremonial dance. This is me. I think I was in my 20s. My boy's all grown up now. Got a baby of his own. Yeah, I'm just going through my camera roll again. This is a picture. Thank you. Yeah, this is a picture drawing of this man is named Old Ned. And he had, I want to say, I heard he had, like, in his lifetime, he had 8 wives and, I don't know, several children with most of them. I'm not sure. He had like 8 wives and X amount of children, and somehow just life, man, he outlived them all. They all passed away. All of his children, all of his wives, they all passed away before him. And he outlived them all. And he was a medicine man in the tribe also. My grandpa, he lived to be, like, from word of mouth, the word is that he lived to be 120 or something like that. And he lived at a place down in our ceremonial land. He lived the old way and lived in an old house and had no electricity, no plumbing, none of that, and lived off the land and some modernizations, I'm sure, but as you can tell with this clothes, you know, a little modern. But my grandpa, when he was 10, used to go and cut wood for him and stack his firewood and stuff like that. So that's how old this man was. And the story goes that female nurses would come from the coast to come and check on him, you know, just to take his blood pressure and all that stuff. And he spoke fluent Karuk. Didn't speak English, spoke fluent Karuk. But when the white nurses came around, he'd pull up a chair and pat on the chair, and he'd tell them, "Come sit right here," and flirt with them in English. And then modest living is a big key for balance in our tribal ways. And the story goes that there was a bar that's not there anymore where he used to live, where there was a covered bridge, and it's not covered anymore. I think a flood took it out in 1964. And but he would go to this bar on foot because his house was right there, like 100 yards from the bar there. And he'd walk down from his house and go walk over to the bar, and every day this was his routine. In the evening or whenever, he'd take his hat off, set it on the bar, and take 2 shots of whiskey, no more, no less, every day. And after his 2 shots, put his hat back on, head on home. Old Ned, Indian Ned. What other pictures I got on here? Bear with me, guys. I'm not reading any comments right now. Just looking at other photos to share with you. Oh, here's a good one. I think this is my failed. Oh, hell no. There we go. This is our tribal baby basket, and I believe it's either made out of willow sticks or hazel sticks, one or the other. I don't remember the word for baby basket, but yeah, we'd we'd have furs and stuff like that lined up on inside there, and the baby would sit in there with. As they got bigger, their feet would hang over the basket, but when they're smaller, their feet would go down there and on their inside that basket there, and then they'd take buckskin and tie the baby in, pretty snug, so that they wouldn't fall out, of course, and and they're shaped in a way you can't see it from this angle, but if you turn it to the side, they kind of have a slight curve that goes on the inside of the basket, so that if the baby was sitting there by itself and it happened to fall over, it wouldn't hit the baby on its body or face. It would land on the top of the handle up there, and the baby would just be kind of sitting there and wouldn't be harmed or anything like that. So that's why they made them that way. This is a beautiful basket from I think it's my son's basket, from a basket weaver down there. Her name is Maggie, and one of my sister's best friends, and she's a master basket weaver. I mean, it's a lifelong skill that the women acquire, passed down, and baby basket like this goes anywhere around like $2,000-3,000 a basket. Here's a picture of me when I worked in fisheries. We were diving in the water doing fish. I can't remember this bro's name next to me. The guy that you can't see is another buddy of mine named Adam. He's a cool bro. And we were just this was one of my last days working in fisheries. That was a fun job, man. That was a fun job, diving in the rivers and creeks and counting fish. I mean, we'd go on miles and miles of stretches of river swimming. We start up the river, up the creek, and then swim down. And then, we have input and output of where we get in and get out. And then we survey all the fish and species and everything that we see and all that, and count all their numbers. And fun job. That was a fun job. I did that for a good 20 years or so. Some other pictures of my relatives of the past. I can't remember who this is. My great aunt was showing me these pictures. I can't remember who these people are, but he's holding a gambling drum that we do gambling games with, and he's wearing, I think on his head there's flicker feathers, bird that we use for medicine ceremonies and stuff. And then she's got the baby basket there, you can see, and she's wearing a weaved basket cap. Our tribe is really known also for our basket caps. You can see those online too. That's one of my relatives. I can't remember who. Who the hell these people are. Some other relatives of mine also. These are medicine people standing right here. The man that you see in the black shirt right there, he was a medicine man, and he was one of the men that trained my grandfather in his medicine. Trained him how to be medicine man, and I believe that's his wife. Is it? No, it might be his sister. I can't remember. Don't quote me. But yeah, all these folks are my relatives. I come from a pretty big medicine family that has been just in our generation of family for I don't know how long, but long time. Long time. What other pictures do I got on here? And anybody watching this or might see this later or see it in the future or whatever, you know, I am prone to make mistakes. So if I have misinformation on there, please forgive me and correct me so that I can, you know, not live in my ignorance. I'm just going through some other pictures to share. What the heck? There we go. This is a bow. That's a picture of a bow that I made with an arrow next to it there. It was just, this one was just for decoration, but it's I just found a piece of wood that was a perfect shape, and I said, you know what, I'm going to turn this into a decoration bow. And so I carved it out and sanded it down and painted it up. I think I have some some short videos of it as well, of me making it, painting it, and all that stuff. That was a fun project. Yeah, sometimes I'll make arrows and regalia necklaces and things like that. The Karuk belief is that you don't work on regalia, you don't work on anything like that with bad feelings. You know, if you're in a bad mood or anything like that. Which I'm not saying I'm in a bad mood all the time, but that's just one of our beliefs, is that you don't put that energy into your work. So if you're feeling any type of way that's negative, you just don't do it, and wait for a time when you're, you know, feeling good, you know, so that energy can be put into your work. Same with cooking too. Women, when they're in the kitchen and cooking in our ceremonies and stuff, if they're in bad mood and have bad attitude, we won't eat their food. Don't eat their food because they're putting that energy into your food. Let's see, what other kind of pictures we got on here? This is a picture of a necklace that I made. Just has the pony beads on there, just plastic beads. I'm gonna work on it and fix it up later, but it's a big old bear tooth on there. Got from one of my son's friends. He just dropped off, I think, like 5 more bear teeth to me just the other day, and I think I'm gonna take this necklace apart and put all the bear teeth on it at once. So it's a whole big bear tooth necklace. If I'm correct too, yellow is a color of friendship in our tribe, if I'm correct. Let's see what else I got on here. There are all kinds of pictures on here. Keeping the chat entertained, I guess. Trying. And please forgive me if I not responding to any comments right now. I got my camera roll going a lot, and then I start talking about the picture, and then I go back to the camera roll, so it covers up the whole screen here. What else do I got on here? Some other cool pictures I can share. No, I got a picture of gotta have a picture. No, that's all of them there. Let's see. I thought I had a picture of our sacred mountain on here, but couldn't find it. Here's a pack rat nest on here. I took this picture some time ago. Maybe it was last year. But I guess these guys are edible. Pack rat in Kuduk, they're called Ichnot. And these were the ones, Trapper, I was telling you, that stole my grandpa's hat. They found it on somewhere close to a pile, kind of like this one, and it just had a big old chunk bit out of the front or the back. Was it the back? Yeah. Old beaver skin hat. I think it was around like $300-400 hat. Damn pack rat got a hold of it. I used to have all kinds of other pictures on here, but I gotta minimize them again and put them all on my thumb drive so that I can make room for more pictures. Big old batch of mushrooms that I found this last fall. These are a bunch of chanterelle mushrooms. Those were delicious. These were my first year eating chanterelles. I've always seen them, always heard about them, but the ones that we always saw were yellow. But these ones are white. I guess they're a little more rare than the yellow ones. And I almost sold a bunch of these to one of the pizza places in town there. They were gonna buy some wild mushrooms from me, but I never got around to it. Called them up and they were interested in buying them, and yeah, they're a woody mushroom. They grow in the woods. We got all kinds of mushrooms around here. We get the red and white ones, those fly amanitas. You know, everybody knows about those ones. Like the Mario mushrooms, we get those ones around here. I guess they are hallucinogenic, but you gotta cook them down a little bit, take some of the toxins out. I've never tried them, but I've heard good things. Yeah, I love me some mushrooms. One of the popular mushrooms too that grow in the fall time is the matsutake mushroom, or tan oak, they also call them. And yeah, they're really popular mushroom. Probably heard of those ones. Took this badass close up of this bird eagle. It was at I think this was at a zoo. Where was that zoo at, babe, that we took the eagle pictures?
Huh?
Where was that zoo that we took that eagle picture? Hmm? All the birds? Yeah, the birds and... Wasn't it up here in Oregon? Yeah, the eagle, remember? And all the eagles. There's all kinds of eagles.
Oh, the one that cages.
Where?
The cages.
Yeah.
It's in wildlife, some images.
Wildlife images? Right on. The picture of me doing erosion presentation. I watched 6 golden eagles kill an antelope on a dead run by breaking its back. Damn, that's wild. That would be cool to see. Yeah, I've seen some pretty cool birds catching fish and stealing fish from other birds. Yeah, this was at a presentation on one of the reservations out in where I'm from. It was like doing a presentation on toxic wastes and farm waste and stuff like that, and how they affect the land and towns and stuff like that. I think that was like some kind of, I don't know, environmental day. They had like Earth Day or something like that. Alright, I'm gonna find a cool background and probably stick with it. Let's see, where's a cool picture here? This is some kind of little hawk that was sitting. This is my neighbor's house right there. My house was down below. This is up above my house. Some kind of, I want to say it's probably like a kestrel. I think that's what they're called, kestrel hawk. Yeah, that's great. It was anything outdoors, man. Love it. Got all kinds of other pictures on my thumb drive too. Now that I got more room on with my iPad, I might have to download some other ones and share some other ones too. Make some short videos and stuff like that. Crazy picture up there for now. There's one picture of us doing fish dissection. You know, pulling this. These are steelhead trout. I'm pulling its mouth open. Looks like we already took the guts out of this one. Yeah, we're doing fish dissection, showing the bladder and the liver and all that good stuff, intestines and stuff. I got on here, let's see. Yeah, it's different too from the iPad from the phone, because when people comment, the comments disappear on the iPad, but on the phone they stay there. They're always visible on there. So tripped me out. Yeah, there's the picture of my uncle again. This is in our tribal museum. This picture there. That's all right, bully dog. Peace out. Well, yeah, now I can check out all the comments. Yep, no claws yet. No claws. Yeah, all these comments I'm catching up on now, because they disappear on the iPad, but then they're always visible on the phone. Yeah, we do got some. Those pack rats are pretty big. Honestly, I've never seen one live. I've never seen one, but I heard they're pretty big. Edible, I guess people used to hunt them and eat them. Oh, right on. You've tried the matsutakis before, huh? Yeah, they're great. Bomb mushrooms. Yeah, maybe it is a falcon. That one bird might have been a falcon. Yeah, this one's definitely one of my faves. Definitely a topic picture for sure. Everybody just coming on, we're just chatting around. Welcome to the chat. Just talking about whatever. I've been sharing old pictures and yep, pretty chill day. Not doing much. Whole lot of nothing. Yeah, it'll get easier with time, but man, yeah, I sure do. I wish I could smoke, I'll tell you that, but just can't do it right now. Right on, man. Yeah, I love talking about the culture and stuff like that. It's one of my favorite things. Anybody ever have any questions or anything like that, hit me up and I will answer the best of my knowledge. And if not, I'll just bullshit you. No, I'm just kidding. No. Sometimes I will. You gotta be careful with me. Yeah, it's not too bad. This is like what, I don't know, my third or fourth day not smoking, something like that. But got to get ready for my next venture. So just gotta buckle down and do what I gotta do. I've done that, yeah, my whole life. Smoke and quit, and then smoke and quit, and smoke and quit. Seems to be my pattern. Yeah, these poles that he's holding right here are huge. I mean, these are above average size poles, but he's a big guy and he could handle them. So they're made out of a type of fir tree, and what the hell are they called? A certain kind of name for them, where they only grow that big, and they grow in little groves in the forest like that, and in their little patches like that, and we'll go in and find good ones and scrape all the bark down and take all the knots off and make it smooth as we can, so that when you're sliding your hands up and down to catch the fish, that your hands don't get all full of slivers or sliced up. I heard a long time ago, when people would have their personal dipping poles like that, they would cut notches into their poles, so only they would Kawaki. Yeah, they would cut notches in there, so that if anybody else tried to use their pole, they would cut their hands all up, and then they would know, hey, you were trying to use my dipping poles. So they're kind of almost like putting on a combination padlock on them. Because we would just leave them down there, and pack the net. We usually just pack the net up, and usually the nets were, someone's personal net, and then they'd set their poles close by to when they were going to fish next time. Yeah, we had a whole system for fishing. There would be fishermen, and that would be their thing, that would be their thing, and certain families in villages kind of like the end part of the earthquake, but add quake. And what was I talking about? Oh yeah, we would take the net off the pole, but leave the pole there, and then when fishing season was over with, we'd leave the poles down by the water, and then the high water would carry them off and take them to the ocean, and then get fresh poles every year. Wish I had more pictures to share. Let's see, what else can I show you here? I think that's a picture of Mount Shasta. I went up on this mountain hike in my hometown. Not my main hometown. It's like I got like two hometowns, if you will, and this was one of the two. I can't remember the Kuduk word for Mount Shasta. Shasta tribe. They were a big tribe. They were a huge tribe, but they were so out in the open. They got wiped out by the cavalry really bad. or U.S. Army, whatever they were over on this side. That wasn't me.
Really big.
I'm here passing gas on my life. It was my wife, it wasn't me.
Huh? What?
I said it was my wife, it wasn't me. Here's another picture of that bow that I made with some golden eagle feathers that I put on there. Yeah, that was a fun project. You can see I got the turkey feathers on the fletchings up there on the arrow. Yeah, that was a fun project. Thank you. Thanks, Trap. Got a pair of golden eagle feathers on there. I ended up giving this to my son so he could hang in his house. This one was more for decorative. This is a type of wood that it was made out of that we don't really dance with, but I figured, you know, I can make one just for decoration anyway. I didn't want my paint job there to turn out. They kind of look like teepees, but I wasn't aiming for that look. It just came out that way. We use a lot of triangles in our regalia and basketry. I think one of my cousins had asked me too why we use so many triangles in our what they represent. Oh, right on. Heck yeah. I could always use some turkey feathers. Heck yeah. Appreciate that, man. Have to barter. Send you something too for trade. Do the old native way. So get you some. What do you want? You want some smoked salmon or? That's the first thing that came to my head. I could hook you up with some jars of smoked fish. They're pretty easy to mail. But if you think of something in particular that you want to trade with, let me know and we'll hook it up. Deer meat, feathers, jerky, whatever you want, we'll figure it out. Yeah. What's up, son? That's my son on there, Trap. we used to hop on lives and just go trolling just for laughs and we'd ask people on there, how do you feel about queefs? And they'd be so thrown off. They'd interact. It would really catch their attention. It'd start a fun conversation. It was funny. Some of the conversations were so hilarious. Like they'd be all serious talking about something, and then all of a sudden they see in our comments, how do you feel about queefs? And then they'd be like, what? Yeah, my son's full name is MuAxiich-Ikxareeyav. It means red feather in our Karuk language. Yeah, Trapper's a good guy, son. Check out his channel sometime and hit his subscribe button just to help him get some numbers up, you know. He's a cool native bro from Wyoming. You said you're Shoshone, right, Trap? You're Shoshone or Blackfoot or what? He said I'm Shoshone, but when I run around barefoot, I turn into Blackfoot. Eastern Shoshone, okay. Yeah, I'm running out of pictures to share. Yeah, the ones that I have available anyway. Yeah, my son's a pretty cool cat, Trap. Pretty awesome young man. I'm pretty proud of that boy. I'm not a boy anymore. I'm pretty proud of that young man. My pride and joy. Just took this picture just the other day with my wife. We're at one of the parks up here. That's a hand sign language for God, I guess. Right on. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hop off here pretty quick myself, but thanks for coming in and showing support, man. I appreciate you. In Karuk we say suunik, I mean see you later. Never goodbye, never goodbye, only see you later. We only say goodbye when we're gonna see him for one last time. Alright, I'm gonna hop off. I love you, son. Suunik cold water. Right on, man. Alright, much love. Same. Remember, man, Jesus is Lord, man. Anybody ever gets to check out this live in the future, hit that subscribe button. Give me a like. Check out my channel. Check out my shorts. I got Cash App if you would like to support the channel. It'd be really appreciated. And just continue to grow my channel and share things and just about this beautiful life and experiences I've had and sharing experiences with others. And you ever want to chop it up about whatever, then my door's open. And on that note, I will say suunik.